y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Beverly and I do things planner related. Thanks for joining me today and welcome to the hot mess. And if you're coming back, you are well aware. So today starts an entry because I'm going to start planning for my 2025 planner. I wanted to do a little introduction because I think this is going to end up being a series, because I think if I did it all in one sitting, it would be just too long. I may like post all the series, connect them, and then post a long one at the end. But for now, I think it's going to be like different things. Because I think I have so much to go through, and you know, my ADD be ADD. So if that sounds good to you, tune in, subscribe, like, turn on the notification so you know when the second series is up. But I think this is how it's going to go. First, I'm going to go through my current planner and see what's working and what's not. Then I'm going to go through my side holder inserter, my insert holder that I like. If a insert I'm not using at the moment, like my weight tracker, I'm just not using it at the moment. I don't weigh myself, I don't care. But I didn't know if I would want it through, you know, like maybe later in the year. I put it in a little side planner, one of those little plastic ones, and hold on to it just in case, so I still have the information, or inserts like that. See if any of that still applies, and if not, what am I going to do with it? And then I'm going to go through my archive where I have my months and weeks and things like that that I did save, but I'm not going to end up probably, you know, saving, and see what I want to save, see what's working, what's not, what's happening, is all this required anymore, and then decide what I want to do. Then I will sit down and decide what I decided I'm going to keep and how I'm going to start keeping that information. Be it find a insert for it, be it just make one, you know, whatever that may look like. But I'm going to start this process now because it's like a month and a half to 2025. So I thought, you know, I'd film it in pieces, bits and pieces, and give it to y'all as we go. So I will probably start in my planner first. So what you'll see next is probably going to be my planner. And I'll start flipping through it. It's probably going to be my longest. I'm going to be very, very honest and say it's probably going to be my longest video because I still have a lot in it and I still have a lot to process. So if you want to stick around for that hot mess, if you want to hang out with me through this series of 2025 Techo Kaye or whatever that's called, yeah, hang out with me. It will probably be a lesson in not how to do one because, you know, I'm a hot mess around here. But I hope you stick around, and I hope y'all have a great day. And hang on, and I'll turn it on to my planner. Okay, so this is a little bit later, and it's a little shadowy, but it's cloudy today. It just doesn't want to do. But anyway, I have my ring light on, so hopefully that'll fix that. And I'll turn that over so you're not glared. So I have my planner here, and we're going to go through that. This is my Giglio Croc. We're going to go through all my inserts. I did make a list of like all of the inserts that I currently have. I've gone through some of them because that was before I decided to do this. I'll make updates to that. I do have some planner notes, like some notes of inserts that I kind of liked, and I have some paper that I can make some notes on if I need to. Now, the other two planners I have, I have like a couple, but these don't count. Okay, so this is just paper punched, different note paper, Stalogy paper, Tomoe River paper, Filofax paper. I keep this. So then I have this one. This is all inserts. So these are blank inserts that I can choose from. Some of them I printed, some of them were inserts that were bought and sent to me, those kind of things. And then this one. This is the other one I'm going to go through. Now, this one holds my various stuff that I've had over the year. And I'm going to go through it and see if it's still relevant. Do I still want it? What's up with that? And then, of course, oh, I also have these. These are monthly sterling ink. I got this. This was a week's size, I think, and I cut it down to like, it's like a passport size. And then this one I was going to be great and do an N1, which is their, like, her standard notebook, standard traveler's size. And I cut it down to like a B6 slimish, smaller kind of thing. But I never used it either. So there's that. But I don't think I'm going to end up keeping those. Maybe, I don't know. And then this is my archive. So this is all the months and weeks I've had up until now. I did keep some of the dailies that I memory kept on, or had memories on, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep those or not. And then I have a couple of months of dailies in here that I just haven't sorted through. And made sure that, like, the week and the month was up to date. So I'll have to do that too. So these are all the things that I'm going to be going through over this next little bit to see what I have, what I want, what's going on for 2025. That's why I think it's going to be like a little bit here and a little bit there, because I just don't think I'll have the time to sit down. So this may even be broke up a little bit. So because I may have interruptions, or I may have whatever, I may have to break and forget to come back. Like, so I'll work on it. But I'm not sure how many days this is going to be, because even this is a lot, right? Right. Okay. So let me sit down. I got water. I got the water. Okay, so first off, my Gillios I'm loving, by the way. To make sure that cord's not in the shot. And yes, I have Christmas lights on my desk. I put them over my monitors and stuff, even though I work from home. I like to be in the Christmas spirit. Anyways, I'm loving this black Croco for November still. I love this black Croco kind of period. It's kind of obsessed with it right now. Don't get me wrong, the dye undyed is beautiful, but you know, thing is so durable. But anyway, okay, so year at a glance, yearly overview. I don't even think I put this on my list, because I think it's kind of an obligatory thing that everybody has in their planner. I don't know that I look at this a whole lot. I don't know that there's any better reason to have it in here. It has the holidays on it. I go and mark off the holidays. I don't know that that's a thing I have to do. I do have 2025 in here. I have my AL that I put in here. Yeah, so it's probably just going to sit there. Do I reference it as an overview? No, very rarely. Do I look at the holidays to see what holidays are coming up? No, it's usually an afterthought. So do I need it? Probably not. Am I going to keep it in? Yes, only because it's already printed. Okay. Next, these. So I was going to, these are from 3 years apart. This was used to be part of her bullet journal bundle that she gives out that's free. You can print the dated stickers every month if you're a bullet journaler for your dailies. And she used to have these as part of that kit, because it used to be like a 3 or 4 page kit. But now she's just got it down to like 1 page, and it's just the dates mainly, and some like 1 through 31 perpetual calendar, but that's about it. That's all that's about in there. And I was using these as like a mood kind of thing, like happy, meh, sad face. Well, that was applicable back when I was tracking my mental health. And I'd already printed off a whole year of these, by the way. Because I think she had a whole year of them. Anywho, I printed off a whole year of these. I don't think it's applicable anymore. My mood is kind of evened out since hormone replacement therapy and my hysterectomy. And I'm doing well on the depression meds I'm on, so I don't think that this really needs to be tracked. I don't need to track something that's always going to be a smiley face, or I might have one mad face and one sad face in a whole month. So I don't think that's really going to be a thing. So I don't think I'm going to continue that. Obligatory calendar mark off. It just is what it is. Now, will I continue to do this? I don't know. These are Peanuts Planner Co. freebies. I print one off, and this is a no-buy. Will I continue to mark it off? I don't know. I may look for another way to do this. Or I might turn this into something else, like days and personal rings. But I don't know that I need that either, because I don't track it because I'm not really in anything else. Other things could be, well, the no-buy is helpful. Is it helpful? Does it stop me from buying? No. I bought a Gilio and some Halifax inserts. See, this is where I'm torn between the me I want to be and the me that I am. If that makes sense. So, will I continue to do this? I don't know. I do have her new 2025 already printed off. Like, they're already done. But there is one that I keep on, like, my dog's medicine to mark it off so we don't double dose her for her Prozac every day. Even my poor dog is on anxiety med. But, yeah. So, I'm not sure. It does help me with my time blindness if I don't do it for anything else. It helps me understand that, oh crap, we're halfway through the month and how time is going by. Do I forget it some days? Yeah. But I don't know that it hurts anything either. So I don't know. We'll see. So yearly overview, just going to be the same. It's Plan with Me, by the way. Calendars, stickies. I don't know. Mark off will probably stay. The no-buy, I don't know. I don't know that it helps. We'll see. I really, next year, I really want to focus on two things. My health, and by health, I mean physical health. So I want to work out period, because I would say work out more, but I don't. And then my financial health. So I really want to get us on a 5-year plan, get all of our debt paid off. And, you know, because we're looking towards retirement, and I would really like to go into that debt-free. And yeah, so I know I'm only in my 40s, but my husband is 50, in his 50s. And so I really want to go into that debt-free and yeah, start working on that, like getting all of our debt paid off. That would be really, really good. Even if, like, it would be like just the house, or just, you know, that kind of thing. So like get our cars paid off, work on getting my student loans paid off, those kind of things, to just work on that. So I know those will be my big two goals next year, and I only bring that up because the no-buy will probably be essential to that. And it might not be a no-buy, but it might be days with no spending, or like no variable expenses, so no eating out, no extra little things that aren't accounted for, those kind of things, or days like in budget or something. I don't know. So it might not be called a no-buy, but it may help with that. All right. Next time I'm at, this is going to stay. This wasn't in here when I made this list over here. So these are the things that I didn't cover. I didn't think about these. So I have a next time I'm at that's a trigger list in the back for like shopping at various places that I don't shop at often. But then I have this one for like the next time I'm actually buying at. Yeah. So yeah, those are going to be, that's going to stay. So my inbox. Now this one I actually put, and I have here just lined paper. That can be anything. It could be a Filofax piece of paper or insert that I buy. It could be a lined paper like this. It could be an insert that I have that's like this, if I have them printed. So I think, because I don't say, hey, I'm going to make an order. What do I need to buy? That's not a thing. This inbox works more of things I need to do and not lose track of, but they're not honestly a today problem, but they're a sometime soon problem. Or maybe they're a someday off problem, so there's variable things on here. It may be an idea, it may be whatever, but do I really look at tasks that need to get done? Is that something I want to do in 2025? Do I want to implement the GTD method in my planner? Do I want to get back on track for that? Do I want to listen to the book again and try to get that implemented in my plan? So that's going to be a thing. So so the inbox is going to be column versus lined. But the big question is GTD. So if I'm not going to be doing that, if I'm honestly going to be not focusing on that, because I'm not trying to make every minute of my day productive. I get enough done that I survive. And is that where I want to be? Kinda. Do I care enough when I'm working on my finances and myself to be working on how I plan to? Or do I just need a checkoff list and that serves fine? I'm going to say probably the latter of those. Just a place to kind of keep a memory holder that I do go through this, but I'm going to be honest, I don't look over here. I read this. And I'm a crosser outer. I'm not I don't cross out over here. I'm a crosser outer. Like, I need it to be line through, solid, done, line marked out. You know what I'm saying? So, or my brain will just keep looking at it. It's not going to look over here and say, oh, well, that dot is, that, signifier is there. That really doesn't mean anything to me, but that's not how my brain is working right now. So I'm going to make the decision and just say lined paper. Not going to do GTD. So I think line pages will work. So I don't need to like make this into a column. I may go through and clean up this and just put in some lined paper and see how that does. I have a 5 column here. I don't know that I'm going to use that. I don't think that's something I'm using. So I think I'm going to just go through and put in some lined paper, clean this up for 2025 and be done with it, because I think I just need functional. I don't think I need fancy. I think sometimes we just make it too damn complicated. So waiting on, it's blank. Do I need this? Is it helpful? Probably. So I have here like a call, an email, or a person. Who is it? The date, and checking off when it's done. This would probably be better. I don't know that I wait on a bunch. I don't know that I wait on a bunch of stuff. Usually if I'm waiting on something or I need a trigger in my brain, I stick it on one of my to-do lists. I really don't look here. It goes to die here. Because if it's not like my monthly to-do, my weekly to-do, or my daily to-do, I don't review it often enough. I don't review it often enough to really use it, or care enough to really use it. I'm going to be honest. So, yeah, I'm going to say no. Not going to go through. That's not going to go through. All right. Orders. I think this would be probably more appropriate in my finance section and looking at it. You have to excuse my dogs. They're stupid. Sometimes. That's enough. Thank you. Like most orders I put in are through either Amazon or Walmart or Sam's, and they track that for me. Now, I did order something from Sam's and it never got delivered. I ordered it like before we went on the cruise, and when I got back, it still hadn't got here. So I had to go in and they had to replace it. But that's like a rare occurrence, right? It's so rare. So the only thing this would be, and then if I buy something on like, even like PayPal, Etsy, Instagram, I get the email, I save the email, I screenshot a lot, and I save it in my inbox until it's complete or delivered, and then I just delete the email. So do I really need this? Does it serve me any other purpose besides taking up space? Like it's something to do. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no in 2025. So I'm going to say no. I'm not going to do this says project list. I already know I'm not going to do a project list because I've already gotten it out of my planner because it doesn't really do anything for me. I'm just going to keep an inbox, and that's going to serve as my master list, so to speak. Because I don't care if it's a project or a thought or an idea, that's where it goes to live, and I just review it. So no. Wish list. Now, I like this wish list. I have been putting stuff on here just so that I can think about it before I do it. I need a little more pause between my want and my order button. So I think if I start putting things like on my wish list so they don't get lost. Oh, like I want one of those Christmas Stanleys. And truthfully, I have a gift card that I could use that's still for my birthday if I wanted to. But I don't know that I have a bunch of gift cards that I've saved up that I want to buy something with. But did I put it towards that Gillio? No. So anyway, okay. So the wish list stays, and I think it's going to stay just like this, and then this will just follow me into 2025. I'm not going to change this. It's just going to stay exactly like it is. Wish list will stay. I don't think when I made this, the wish list was in here. I hadn't made it yet, so it'll stay the same. And as I'll order things, I'll just mark it off. Okay. This is that trigger list for when I go to like different places, like the Dollar Tree, Trader Joe's, IKEA, Sam's. That I don't go too often. That are just things that we always get from there. Like my daughter went to Trader Joe's and I just sent her the list and said, hey, pick up these things. And then she did. Recipes to try. I want to get better about this because we have a tendency to eat the same thing. Now, I have said I am not cooking anything between now and Christmas that has more than 3 ingredients or like 5 steps. I'm not doing it. Maybe Sundays, because we do Sundays as like a family dinner day. We didn't this past week. Everybody was busy. But like the last 2 months, we've been doing Sunday cooking, and like my kids come over, my in-laws, my mom, whoever's off, all come over and eat. So yeah, so I may save this. Recipes to try may end up being like a Sunday dinner try, because I don't like to try new things during the week. Because it's complicated and my brain hurts, and like I'm usually done by the end of the day, so I don't want to think about things. Okay, these are 2 recipes that could probably go into my other holding thing because I can access them over there. They've just been living in here, and it's a couple of recipes. Like this one is one that I cook often, but I never write down how I cook it, so it's always different. But this time I wrote it down, so I can reference it next time I make it. And then this one is one the kids wanted, and I've looked and looked and looked for a recipe. Finally found one, and we'll try it. So this is just notes that I was making on finances, so that's not really anything. Paper will stay because I, use it. I have some Filofax paper in here. I had the cream in here, and I'm going to tell you, I can't get with the cream. I would rather have the colored. I sent the cream to a friend. I just can't. This is my Thanksgiving Day prep stuff. This is all seasonal, but I will probably keep some of this for next year. Like some of this stuff I got from last year's planner before I threw them out. So this may go into my archive a little bit just so that I can reference it next year. With things like we did, things we wanted to do, that kind of thing. That may go in just an archive. My flags, I'm going to try to bring those back. So my habit tracker is definitely going to come back. I'm going to probably keep it just like this. This is going to be my ideal habits that I do throughout the week. I'll probably change some of these up, yes, so that will be a process. And I'm trying to decide if I want to, like, I divided my habits up into home and me, which was helpful. But in the past, I've also divided my habits into like AM, after work, PM routines. That was really helpful, and I'm a very linear person. Even when I list like my habits, if it like trash is first thing in the morning because they run early, so I have it at the top of my habits. My weight I do first thing in the morning, so I have it at the top of my habits. So like I'm a linear person, so if I would do AM, afternoon, and PM, that would probably be good for me. I'm trying to decide if I want to bring that back. But with my flags, what I was doing, if I bring back the stickies, if I go with the flags again, what I was doing with the flags is I actually put them on in order of that they needed to be done. So if I had to do it first thing in the morning, that habit, the flag was at the very top. If it was later in the day, it was in the middle. If it's an afternoon, so I could do that either way. Yeah, so I can't decide if I want to bring back the stickies, because I do keep, like, the stickies are usually an afterthought. Like, am I doing this, or is it carrying over to each day? It does kind of help me do that. Like, I can see that, okay, I've already moved this 3 times. I really need to just freaking do it. With the flag, I don't really get that. It can sit there forever and I won't know, or I won't have any triggers in my head to say, hey, you know, you really need to either do this or not, whatever. So they may come back. If I keep the flags, it may come back as 2 or whatever, and then I just use it as an afterthought tracker. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So habits will be flags with these are Planner Rebel Co. With Planner Rebel Co. 2-week habit as just a tracker of what I'm doing. And I probably go into Adobe and put these in so that I don't have to like fill them out every 2 weeks. Or do I want to fill them out every 2 weeks and make sure that these habits are sticking? I'm going to fill them out for a little while and then make sure the habit is sticking, or that I need to track the habit, because if it's something I do every day, I don't really need to track the habit. Like, I could probably take laundry off here. I know when my laundry is done. I know when I wash my sheets. I know when my husband's uniforms have to be washed. I know. I just do our laundry, so it's me and him. So when the basket's full, I throw it in. Like, I probably don't need to track that habit. So, but I forget about my plants, so they really need to be tracked. And like, my trash probably doesn't need to be here or here. As long as I put the trigger of the thing, I don't really need to track it. I could probably like get rid of that. So I will I had a phone call. Like I told you, it'd be interrupted. And you're going to hear my dogs bark again, because isn't it cute when like your Amazon guy, your FedEx guy, or your like, you know, a couple of your delivery guys all show up at the same time? Does that make you look like a shopaholic? But anyway, okay, so yes, habits will be ideal habits here, just kind of as a master. Things that I want to set as habits will be on like a page like this, and then as just a tracker, these 2 will be here, like me versus home, and then and they're 2 weeks worth, so that's good. So I won't have to do them but every 2 weeks. since I'm only tracking, I'm not really using them. And then as things are just, I don't need to like track them anymore, because I'm doing them regularly, I can take them off. And then if I find that, you know, I'm not doing something again, or I'm falling off the wagon again, I can add them back on. So, does that make sense? That makes sense to me. Okay. So monthly to-do list will probably not change. I'm really enjoying this. Now this I actually do look at. I like having this because this list is so chaotic. I like having this because as I'm making my list for the week, I can go down and see what exactly I need to get done. I don't know why I can't do that on my inbox, but anyway, it works over here for sure. So this is going to stay. This is actually good. So I made a doctor's appointment, so I can mark that out. And then I need to add this tomorrow. Okay. And then I have a 4:30 appointment tomorrow. Okay. So this will probably stay the same. Now, my monthly, will it stay the same? I'm actually thinking yes, because I don't want to print it. I'm thinking it'll stay the same. If I even end up using it, I'm wondering if I use it enough. Yes, it looks busy, yes. But do I reference it a lot? Yes and no. This one's a hard one. Like, so how I use this is, I look at the month, I do all my appointments, holidays, I put in the little moons. I'm not going to do these stickers next year. I'm going to go back to just noting it, my signifier. And yeah, so I put in all that, and then every week I kind of go in here after the week has gone through. I put in things that like we didn't plan for that happened, like if something significant happened or whatever. And then I like back plan all of that into here as like memory keeping, but it's more like event referral. But anyway, so yeah, so I do use them, and I guess I could keep them, and yeah, I could keep, okay, I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them, but I'm not going to put in as much work with them because here I like whited out all the dates. I made them a Sunday start. I just don't think I need to do that next year, and I may not do, no, I really like it on 4 pages because what I was thinking is if I did this, if I kept these, what I do on my work one is I just put a line down on Monday and Friday to note that, hey, these are the weeks, dummy, this is Monday. Or I could put a line down here and say, hey, this is Monday over and this is just Sunday on the side, for my brain to trigger so I don't put them out wrong, because everywhere else I use a Monday start. I'm an old person and I'm used to I used to be a Sunday start, but after like having so many Japanese planners and stuff, I was just transferred to a Monday start. So I may keep these. They're already dated. They already have the holidays in them. They have even some of the random holidays that we have. Yeah, so yes, I'm going to buy them. And then what I thought of doing is like on this page, I could index any events that happened. And then on the back page, I can do like some memory keeping. Maybe even what I do back like here. like this collage that I did here could go here as just like a, this is what we did this month. And then I could keep these as like, or until I get tired of them and throw them out, as like referral, memory. It would all be in one. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So monthly, I'm going to buy it monthly on 4-page. So I'm going to buy, and I'm going to index and memory keep on it when I'm done. So, and then that way my whole month, all the events, all the things that happened, everything will be referred on here. And then at the, this is all I need, and I don't have to archive my weeks or my days. That's what's going to happen. All right. Done. Okay. Now my weeks. Okay. So you're going to get a little spoiler with this. Currently, I'm using these. These are Peanuts Planner Co. 148. Do I like these? Yes. But I'm in a place in my life where I was using this as like a journal, or like a line or two a day, or something of that nature. Like nothing's, not really journaling my heart out, but just kind of how I felt about the day. That was helpful when I was having hormonal issues and those kind of things. Like my depression was really bad, but I'm just not using it anymore. So I also don't have enough going on that I really need a timed daily. What I really use is these 4 things down here, and then this is just to look at as like an overview. Like, do I need all that? No, because look at this week. Well, tomorrow now I have a okay. I don't really need all of this. Even on my busiest of weeks, I don't have enough going on that I need like a time daily. I don't have enough appointments. I have more events and overall things that happen than I do like timed or that I need to keep track of, blah, blah, blah. So I do have them for the rest of this month because I did print them. But for December, I got these from Kimberly. They are a week on 2-page. They're an infinite lotus. So at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, these 4 sections, which I'm totally using and love because I can go through and say, okay, I'm calling all these people right now. Like this gives me a better look at my week than this does up here. So I use them for calls. This one is study, errands, and priority. There was one for work, but right now work, it just isn't busy. That may change, but right now it's not. So this could all go out the window if work changes, which is a possibility, but I'm not for sure having that. And I know for December, I'm going to try these out. So, and if work does get busy, I'm really thinking of having like a week on 1 page for personal, and then have it Hobonichi style. And then on the other side, having a timed just for work with a to-do like this in the middle if it gets too busy. Because I really kind of want separation of work and home. Because it used to be like that when I was in the hospital. I had one for work and kind of one for home, or at least like a spread. And yeah, so, and that really worked. Even though it was in the same book, it was still a spread that was different. So, yeah, so this may work out. So for December at least, because I know for sure nothing's changing, at least until possibility after the holidays, This will get me through there because, again, it's more events than timed things. Okay. So if it stays, I can buy these, or I can buy, I don't like the Filofax only because it doesn't give you this option. Yeah, so I like a week on 2 page, but I like to have the 4 areas so I can make lists of like calls, errands, that kind of thing. So it can kind of make some sense out of this nutcase to do that it kind of gets during the week. And you're going to hear my dog because she's going to come lay under me and breathe. Even though the door's open, she has food, she has water, she's got to come under lay me and breathe. Okay, so yeah, it helps kind of wrangle this. Okay. This to-do list will stay the same. I've always used an Alistair method during the week. I will continue to do it. These are Peanuts Planner Co. weekly habit trackers or weekly tracker. And I print it at like, I don't know, 70% or something. I didn't write it down last time, but I printed a bunch of them. So I'll figure it out next time and let y'all know. But like 70%, I just make them smaller. So you can, small to your heart's content. And then, yeah, use them as just like a middle, like Dutch half door kind of thing. Spending tracker. So the week is up for debate. The week I probably won't know. I'm going to try that one and then we'll see. There could be change. Now, spending tracker, I'm not really keeping track of spending. It's just not a thing for me. I need to, like this, like I said, this is where the person I want to be wrangles with the person that I am. I keep track of it more in my app. I go in, categorize whatever the spending was and break it into categories and look at it that way. I know if I write it down, I have a tendency to spend less. So this may go on a sticky note. I had spending sticky notes a while back. I was using those. You know, I just don't know. I just don't know. If I do keep this, it may stay up here, but I need a more substantial tab. Like I need something that is like more standout-ish. Like I need it to be like either a top tab or I need it to be colored. I may try that in December or through, you know, I might do that next week and then through December and see if that helps me keep a better check registry. Because really, like, I don't know. I'm going to leave that one as a, I don't know, because I don't think that's going to be worked out at this point in time. I just don't think this video could be long enough for me to talk that out. So I'm just getting a highlighter. So I don't know, because there are things that I want to do different in my finance. So I think I'm going to leave my finance alone today because, like I said, I don't think that's going to be figured out until I get into it. I'm just going to go through my others for now. Okay. My dailies, I'm going to keep a day on 2 page. I'm just a day on 2 page gal. Will I keep this? I don't know because Honestly, I write so crazy that the structured lines just for me. Now, another spoiler alert, next week I'm going to try out these dailies. These are Infinite Lotus. Again, they were sent to me. I'm going to try them. I'm not a big fan of the really thick paper that Infinite, and only because I've been writing on Stalogy paper, Kokuyo paper, and Tomo River paper forever. So this feels like cardstock to me, and it's not. It's not, but it does feel like that. Okay, so this one has a daily over here at top priorities, which I have been putting like here, up here, and then like a little grid that I could like put calls, errands, things like that. I like that idea too. And then a notes area where I could brain dump things that just have nothing to do with the day, but I, the brain dump of the day of things that I think of that I might need, or I'll have all this area over here. I could do that too. Yeah, so I'm going to see how these turn out the next couple of weeks. If I'm really using them, this might stay. I can buy these. If I ignore them completely, they may go. And I just may go back to possibly 2 blank pages, writing out a lined, you know, like, I do like a timed on my daily, just because for me it makes me feel organized and I look at things linear in time, at least for the day. I know for sure. I like that. I've always had it. I've never done anything else, so I don't think my brain would accept anything different. And then leaving the rest blank so that I can write haphazardly, because really my brain flows better on like blank paper. So we'll see how it goes. I think dailies is going to be up for grabs too. So monthly for sure, done. Weekly to do, going to be for sure staying. Habit tracker will stay the same. I didn't even put dailies on this list because I think I've done day on 2 page for so long, it didn't really matter because I'm never changing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hold on. All right, I'm not sure where I left off. All right, I'm not sure where I left off. Let's see. I think it was on days. Okay, so weekly is going to be up for grabs. Spending is going to be depending on how I end up working out what I'm going to do with my finance going into 2025, how I'm going to keep track of that, how that's going to look. And then my dailies are, we're going to see how these work out. If they don't work out, because I have a bunch of them, we'll do something else. Or I may go back to just blank dailies because I really am trying to get out of printing as much. I'm going to be honest. These are going to stay, so I'm going to print like 12, 14 of them at the beginning of the year and be done with it and not change it. But anyway, okay, so that's going to all be the same. We're going to buy these for sure. Like I said, weeks are going to be okay, going into here. So adulting will be staying the same. No changes, because this is the one thing that has been consistent in my planner system for like 10 years, is this list of stuff to do. I did add on my meds. I don't know that I need to keep this as much. It does help to see when I'm getting meds, so this may stay the same. This will probably stay the same. All of this will stay the same. These are my to-dos, house, stuff to do. But then my dog's meds, that will probably stay the same. And then this makeup, I don't wear a lot of makeup, so this does help. I don't update it a lot, but I will reference it, so it'll probably stay the same. And then I started tracking how much I use color and black ink, and this is what honestly got me. There was a time here, I think I replaced it, but this is what got me, like, I need to print less because it's just expensive. Like, anyway, okay, so ta-da. Books. So that will all stay the same because that actually works. I know it works. I use it, blah, blah, blah. Done. Books. This. Do I care? I want to care. Will it be a focus in 2025? I don't know. I do have 2025 printed, so I can put 2025 on here and it be already done. Now, is it going to bother me that 2025 is on the back? Probably. What else would I put on the back? I don't know. One thing about me, I hate writing on the back of inserts. I hate writing on this left side. Do you see this? I do it rarely. Here, I did it. Okay, fine. Bad example. But majority of these, once this side gets filled up, I don't do the back. I clean it up and like, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If I do it, what I'll do is I'll print it again. These are Mama Gracie plans. And I love her insert. What I'll do is I'll reprint it and put like flowers or something on the back and then have it for 2025. But that I only have to print once, so that's not going to be an issue for me. I'm not going to keep track like this anymore. I know I want to change this. Two things I want to change. Yes, if I put a check, red. If it's an A, it's Audible. But here's the thing. I want to start keeping track of the books I'm actually reading. So my thought, get a yearly fold out that I have, like I had at the beginning of the year. I think I put it in here because I wasn't using it right now, or like I don't really need to keep track of it right now. Hold on. Like one of these. Track what book I'm reading. Not pages. Don't care about that. But I would like to see, because sometimes this check could mean I read 2 books. Sometimes, you know, I can read 2 books in a day. Sometimes I can take 6 days to read 1 book. And they're all about the same length. So it's not that. It's not like I'm trying to read Fourth Wing or something. And then I read like a novella. But like I could read 2 books in a day, or I could take 6 days to read a book if I'm only reading a couple of pages at a time. So I'd really like to keep track of the time. Yeah. So I think next year, instead of having this, I'm going to put this. I'll put the book check for at the beginning if it's a book, or an Audible A at the beginning if it's Audible. Just highlight down how many days it takes me to read it, the name of the book, whatever. And I want to keep that as more of a record than this, because this tells me more information than that. Now, that's my plan, because I wanted to start it this year, but I was like, screw it. I'll wait until 2025, because it's not like it's something that's drastically important. It's just something I want to do. Okay, so these I think I'm going to keep the same, but I think for 2025 I'm going to make a challenge to read all the books on these lists before I buy any more, because when I tell you my purchase list is out of control, I'm more of a book dragon than a bookworm. I hoard books, not read them as much, because I did a lot of my anxiety was this year, and I had a lot of ups and downs, and my mental health was bad all this first part of the year. So I comfort read a lot, which meant I read like the same books over and over. But I would see a book and I'd be like, oh, I really want that. Or I'd do stuff my Kindle and I would stuff it full. That's fine. But stuff my Kindle is not like a once in a lifetime experience. It's a couple of times a year, so I can wait. I'm not against buying a book. So if I really want a book, once I finish all this, I'm not above buying a book, you know, or whatever. Sometimes I would get a book that I bought, like the first one of, and then I want to read the series because I'm type A and 1 through 5 has to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I need to stop buying books. Use my Kindle Unlimited that I pay good money for. Read all of this. And, yeah, so... and read all these series that I've been wanting to read, because even like Hallie Kent has started like 3 or 4 new series, spin-offs, and I really want to read them, but you know, I get so engrossed in her last ones, or Julian West, or you know, like, so that is going to be a challenge next year. I'm going to make sure that I've read all of these. I'm going to keep track of them. I don't think honestly, can I read all these in a year? Can I read what I own in a year? No. No, and this is what I own on Audible, and this is what I own on Kindle. So can I read that all in a year? No, I have more books than I can read in a year. So stop buying books, Beverly. So that's going to be my challenge for 2025. So this, how I keep track of it's not going to change. My intention behind it will change. And then the only thing that will change is, you know, this, because I want to keep a fold out. I would like to have a year, because now, like, I say this because there's a bunch of stickies stuck in my archive. Do I want to keep them? I would, but I don't want to keep all those stickies. So I just want the fold out, you know. So I'm going to do that. Am I going to reprint this? I'm going to say probably, because I know myself well enough to say I will probably reprint this. Maybe I'll make a challenge. But here's the thing. There's 81 books on just this front page. So if you use one book to represent what you read per book you read, you will have to read, 87 books in order to even get to the back page. I don't know that I have that kind of time. I might next year if I don't have a lot going on. But anyway, so that's going to stay the same-ish, but change a little bit. So let's put that down. Book tracker. Yes, I'm going to keep that to watch list. Oh, and for my book stickies, my book Post-its, I'm going to change to a Peanuts Planner Co. undated yearly fold out. Now, spoiler alert too, I have ordered 2 fold-outs from Halifax. So I may take one of those and make into my book thing. May take one of those. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But if there's something else I want to do with it. But one of those I've actually want to do fitness with. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, so I made that note. Okay, moving along. My to watch list. Now this actually, I actually did use at one point. I'm watching holiday movies right now, but I want to go watch a few of these in between. We're actually watching Tulsa King. So, but this actually works. And honestly, I don't need to buy an insert for it. This, how I have it set up, I have like, it's like a 5-star, I have 5 slots here for 5-star review or not. This is just where it is. So Hulu, it's a movie, Paramount, whatever. Date, if it's upcoming, when it comes out, if it's something that's not already out. And then I just 5-star it and mark it out, or I mark through it if it's something that I just decide not to do. So, yeah. So, this will stay the same. I'm just going to clean this up for next year. I'll probably do something, I'll just make it a little neater, but that'll stay the same. Yeah, I could even do this on like, I don't actually have to print this. I have it somewhere. I do have one of these and I could use it, but if I'm through the year and I don't want to print another one, I have this graph paper from Mr. Penn. I have his little stash in here somewhere, but I could just make it out of that. I could make it, honestly, out of Filofax paper. I could just draw in the thing, and it would give me more lines. I could do it with sterling ink. So that's fine. It's not important what I keep the information on. It doesn't have to be the perfect planner or insert. It just has to be functional for me. So I like these because these are really functional for me. So if I find something like that that really works, maybe if I'm scrounging about, but honestly, this is fine. It's fine. I could even put it on one of these, and I have a bunch of those printed too, like what it is, where it is, the date, if we watched it, you know, whatever. Okay, so this is a monthly review, monthly setup, weekly review. Weekly setup is here. Daily review, daily setup. So I want to put these on, I have them written on these, but I want to put them on here so that I can mark them off each month next year. There's 5 months here, and by like 5 months, I'm going to know, is this working or not? And then I can either rewrite them, type them up, whatever. So for the monthly, I think that's going to work. The weekly review and the weekly setup, that's a little harder because, you know, there's 52 weeks in a year. So I need to decide if this is something I want to track some other way. Like, is there a weekly tracker somewhere? So I'm going to say plan routine weekly. Is it something I want to track like weekly? Is there a weekly tracker? I think I know somebody who does. So I could do that. The daily review, yeah, I'm pretty sure even Peanuts Planner Co. has a weekly 52-week tracker that would fit this on it, because there's 31 or 32 lines here, so I know how many I'm looking for. So I'm going to say Peanuts Planner Co. Question mark. I'll look. I may already own it. I'm going to be honest. I may own it, not know. But my daily, I think I want to make a flag. I want to make it a habit and a flag. And then just have this as a reference that I did everything. So I might put that on something else. Just something that I can look at. Like I've seen Deanna at Made Mama Plan. She had them on like, she took sticky paper, typed it in, and then put it on those cutting board things from Dollar Tree. I could do that and make like a little daily review and a daily setup planner card and keep those somewhere. So I'm going to say type up a card of some sort. I'm not sure how that'll look, but that's going to go on my to-do list. Okay, finances. This is how I want to do my thing. I want to get like my total monthly bills, what we need weekly to total out that monthly bill, so I know average what I'm taking out each paycheck, because we're lucky enough that me and my husband's bi-weekly paychecks fall on different weeks, so we get paid every week. So that's been a thing for us for a while. So then take whatever's left over, figure out what my average variable is with grocery, gas, other stuff. I need to look at my past spending to do that, and then make like some sinking funds. So then add that into what we need the weekly, and then whatever I have left over, which is a zero-based budget, I'm going to put towards our debt. So yeah, so I know like a couple of sinking funds, but as I review my finances, I'll know more about what sinking funds like I have monthly as I'm going through them. It's going to take some time, and I know it's going to take me until 2025 to get there. But that's kind of how I want to do it. So then I think what I'm going to do is just keep a weekly budget. And I know they have, like, this is Helena Steek's budget here, and she has, like, I printed it out just to see what she had. So she does an over monthly. So events that affect my budget, so I can put those down. That'd be great. Bills here, expense tracker. There's a couple of those in here. This is a yearly. This is kind of like the Corfective paper. It's a yearly, but it's monthly instead of weekly. Expenses, income, savings. But you can see that. And then any credit cards you have, like the balances, things like that. Budget overall for the month. Debt balance as you pay off your debt, you could put it there. Budget categories as you're working out your categories, what that looks like. You know, you could say monthly, this is what the ideal monthly budget category is going to be, and I may do that. That's a good idea. These are bill trackers from Infinite Lotus. I just stuck those in here to have them. I made this up so it could be like the bill, the due date, the money, you know, what I have budget for that, what it actually was, and this is October, November, December, and then I could just look at that. But honestly, this is all in an app. I do like to see it visually, but do I need to? I could probably go into my app and see this, so I don't know that I need that. I just drew it up as an idea. There's a blank one here. So these are my actual budget trackers. These are from Peanuts Planner Co., pretty sure. And so what this is it's called a payment tracker. So it's got the company, the account number, the website, username, password, the percentage of whatever loan or debt or whatever, the due date, the minimum, starting balance, goal payoff, and actual payoff date on there. And then on the front, it has like date, amount paid, balance. So you can keep track of it. Now, this would be on both sides, but I put the budget tracker on the back because some of this, like, it's my boat or my car. So that's going to take us a minute, and I'm going to need more payments. So I just kept these to keep this because it just gave me more lines, and I don't need this information on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I set these up. And yeah. So then for this one, this is a budget tracker. And when I was trying to get all my stuff together, what I did was, and I just used them not in the way that they're being used, but I put due date, what it was, the percentage of whatever, the balance, and then the minimum payment. And so I was able to look at all of our debt, have a total, so I know how much total debt we're carrying. And then the minimum payment, I can look at between like what percent I pay off the highest percentage first, they tell you. You can, I think that's the snowball. And then there's one that's the avalanche, where you target the smallest payoff first, because that gives you a sense of accomplishment and you keep going. So depending on what I want to end up doing, but I have all that information here. This is kind of the same. This is an afterpay tracker, but what I did was I put the loan, the account number, the balance, percentage, due date, minimum. And then over here, I would put like username and password if I needed to. But like, this was what I was trying to figure out what I actually wanted in some things. So yeah, so like I said, the finance is not enough for me to really make some decisions today, but I think I kind of know the way I want to go and how I want it to look. I'm pretty sure. I just have to get my shit together and get it to the stuff together. Now this is a reference page of just various stuff I need to know. It has like our tag numbers and some information, and then I also have a password list in here that's literally written on, I think, like this blank thing. I have like the account, the password, like of a few things in there. So nothing special, just passwords and reference information. That's private. And then I have my memories. So this, like I said, I think I'm going to move, and this is for November, December. I think I'm going to move it to the back here of these, and just put them on here. I may add a few, you know, like actually on the calendar or something, maybe where I have blank space up here. I could, you know, I could put it like down here's all like empty boxes. I could put a few memories down here or up the side over these calendars because I never freaking reference them, you know. So I could put plenty of memories and pictures on here because I don't need that many pictures. Yeah, I think I could do that next year, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's pretty much what I've decided to do. So that was a lot. That was a ton. But I think I know how I want to do it. I think I have a plan, at least for this in here. And the other books are smaller. So that's part one, my friends. As always, I'm perfectly open. Put any questions you have down below you would like. I'm glad this is, like, I know which way I want to go. I have a few things that are up in the air. Yes, 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 but nothing is ever set in stone. How many planners did y'all buy and then sell? So don't come at me for that. But, and my weeklies are going to change. Like I said, my dailies, still trying those out. Even the first of 2025 will be some, you know, hit or miss, but we're going to get it together. We're going to get it together, my friends. Okay. So if you have any questions, put them down below. And until next time, y'all, bye.